I'm Sydney. Welcome to my Flock and Squawk. I'm a huge fan of Garfield, and today we are using this Wilton Garfield cake pan. It's from the 90s, I believe. It is still in its original plastic, although the plastic has been beat up a little bit over the years. And yeah, we are going to open this bad boy up and make some Garfield cakes. So on the front it says Garfield mini pan. 1 2-layer cake mix makes 12 to 14 individual-sized Garfield mini cakes to decorate. Suggested tips, color, recipe, and instructions on back. Pan contains 4 molds. So as you can see here, you can bake 4 Garfields at a time. I'm going to probably just make 1 pan's worth, see how that goes, and show that in the video. I don't have any frosting prepared, so I'll see what the tips and coloring instructions are. Just as a general tip and reminder, make sure to always let your cake completely cool before you add any frosting, and then it's also a good idea to put it in the fridge or let it cool further, harden freezer, to make it even easier to do typing. But yeah, we are just going to take off the plastic. This is the first time this has seen the light of day, felt air right upon it. It's got a little bit of tape from people trying to keep the plastic on, I guess. And this will be getting a thorough wash before I use it. But how cool. Let's get right into the Garfield cake instructions. So it has a little tape. I think that they look so cute. So let's see what it says. 1 2 3 Garfield mini cake pan. It says single serving Garfield mini cakes perfect for parties, school treats, snacks, and more. So it says 1 2-layer cake mix for 12 to 14 Garfield cakes. Wilton decorating bags, blah blah blah. Instructions for cakes, brownies, or muffins. Preheat oven to 350, grease it, flour it, pour some of the batter in, bake on middle rack 15 to 20 minutes, cool 5 minutes, and trim so cakes sit level. Unmold and cool half an hour before decorating. Wash and repeat to bake. Okay, so that is pretty simple, and then it goes into how to pipe. Oh, and then the recipe is for frosting. So we are just going to bake the cakes up and see how they look. I'm going to just use a box cake mix. This is just a devil food one I had in the pantry. So I will show mixing this up, putting it in, baking Garfield, whatever's left of this that doesn't fit in the 4 pans. I'm just going to do cupcakes, so that way I can easily gift them or take them with me somewhere. But yeah, we are going to be making Garfield cupcakes, or Garfield mini cakes. So let's just get the camera moved around, make up this mix, and bake off the cake. Alright, so we have our batter ready. Our oven is still preheating, but we can prep our pans. So I just have my vegetable oil that I used in the cake mix, and we are going to oil these up evenly, and then we are going to put some flour. A lot of people, with the case of chocolate cake specifically, they will use cocoa powder and dust that in. But I'm just going to use flour because I have that at the very ready, and maybe it'll help us see some of the details on the Garfield mold when we take them out. So I'm going to, there's the oven, I'm going to oil and flour these and show you that and what it looks like, so that way you can have a better idea. I'm going to do it over the sink so the excess flour can just go straight in there. But yeah, so I'm going to take you over to the sink, let you see what I'm doing. So I also got a brush, but you don't need that. You could use a paper towel. So we're just going to put a little bit of oil in each we're just going to take our brush and evenly coat it. We want to make sure that all sides and crevices of the mold have it. And then we are going to take what's ever left on the brush, just go to the next one. And if you don't think it's fully coated, just add a touch more oil and keep going. This can go for any sort of cake pan. Bunts, normal, round cakes. But the main thing is that you want to get in every crevice. So that way it doesn't stick. So yeah, we are just all right, so our Garfield is all oiled up. Next step, so we are just going to add some flour to each of these. It doesn't have to be a lot. I definitely used quite a bit more. Then you're just going to tap it around to get flour in all of the crevices and up the sides. You want to do it over like a sink or a trash can just so you don't get flour all over. And as you can see, I definitely used way too much, but that's all right because we can dump out the excess flour. I got a little more flour in some of these than others, and we are just going to carefully scoop some of that. So now I'm just going to dump this out over the trash can and we will go back to filling these up with batter. Alright, so I have my Garfield pans. I emptied out the excess flour. You can see I got a few spots, not the best, but overall they're looking pretty good. And we're just going to add a little bit of this batter. So I'm going to just whoop. So just pour a little bit in each. And I'm just going to tip to make sure that the batter is kind of even. And now this, I'm going to, now this is ready to go in the oven. And the box cake, the box says 14 to 19 minutes for cupcakes. The recommendation on the back of this packaging says 15 to 20 minutes on middle rack. So I'm just going to go for the lower end and put these in for 14 minutes and then see how they look, how they go. If a toothpick is coming out clean or not, or with some crumbs. And yeah, let's see how these come out. Garfield's just came out of the oven. I put my cupcakes in, and they're looking pretty good. They came out perfectly with the toothpick at 14 minutes, which normally it takes longer to bake in my oven, but because it had a little extra time to preheat, I think that's part of it. And so I'm just going to let these cool and hang out, and I will be back with you later when it is time to take them out of this cake pan, because I want to let them have the best chance possible of coming out cleanly, coming out smoothly. And according to this, it says to cool about 5 minutes, trim them, and then unmold. So we're gonna let them have a little bit of time. I might go a little bit longer than 5 minutes just to hope that they have the best chance. I want these to turn out great because I really like Garfield, and I think it would be really fun to just have, like, if there's some extra batter or, you know, not quite enough to do 2 layers of a cake instead of doing a couple cupcakes. Like, it would be so fun and cute to have a little Garfield. But yeah, I'm going to let that have a little bit, and then I will be back when we trim. Carefully. Ooh, look how moist this cake is. Super nice. I'm gonna just put these in a bowl. Now we are going to see about taking these guys out. So, what should I use? Not quite. Okay, so we used a cookie sheet. It's got a big enough to take them out. Okay, I need to do a little bit of work. So we're just gonna just see if we can loosen them. This cake, box cake, is a fairly soft sponge, so maybe not the best. Maybe I should have used a slightly denser cake mix. I'm a little bit lower. Oh, they're not too bad. Alright, so my Garfield cakes are out. They turned out really cute. They could have come out easier from the pan, but they also could have come out way worse. They're still intact, and there's enough of his face showing that you could easily frost them, and frosting would definitely make all the difference. I currently am not going to be frosting them in this video. If you would like to see me frost them, then comment down below and let me know so we can do another video, maybe have Connor over and we can just have like a little frosting party. I'll make them again and we can see about how they turn out, because obviously when you frost them they look super cute. And I would be interested, because it does say brownies or muffins, on if a different recipe would be better. The one I picked, Devil Food Cake, is very light, fluffy, but a denser, heavier recipe. Might work a little bit better, might be a little bit easier to come out of the pan. As you can see, There are remnants, but for the most part, they came out pretty well. And yeah, so here are my cupcakes. I made 6 larger cupcakes. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you flock and squawk again with me sometime. Are you going to watch the Garfield movie? If so, let me know down below. If you're watching this after it's come out, did you like it? I plan on seeing it as soon as I can once it comes out into theaters. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you flock and squawk again with me sometime. Bye!